And before jumping into the math for how one layer influences the next, or how training works, let's just talk about why it's even reasonable to expect a layered structure like this to behave intelligently. What are we expecting here? What is the best hope for what those middle layers might be doing? Well, when you or I recognize digits, we piece together various components. A 9 has a loop up top and a line on the right. An 8 also has a loop up top, but it's paired with another loop down low. A 4 basically breaks down into 3 specific lines and things like that. Now in a perfect world, we might hope that each neuron in the second to last layer corresponds with one of these subcomponents. That anytime you feed in an image with, say, a loop up top, like a 9 or an 8, there's some specific neuron whose activation is going to be close to 1. And I don't mean this specific loop of pixels. The hope would be that any generally loopy pattern towards the top sets off this neuron. That way, going from the third layer to the last one just requires learning which combination of subcomponents corresponds to which digits. Of course, that just kicks the problem down the road, because how would you recognize these subcomponents or even learn what the right subcomponents should be? And I still haven't even talked about how one layer influences the next, but run with me on this one for a moment. Recognizing a loop can also break down into subproblems. One reasonable way to do this would be to first recognize the various little edges that make it up. Similarly, a long line, like the kind you might see in the digits 1 or 4 or 7, well, that's really just a long edge, or maybe you think of it as a certain pattern of several smaller edges. So maybe our hope is that each neuron in the second layer of the network corresponds with the various relevant little edges. Maybe when an image like this one comes in, it lights up all of the neurons associated with around 8 to 10 specific little edges, which in turn lights up the neurons associated with the upper loop and a long vertical line, and those light up the neuron associated with the 9. Whether or not this is what our final network actually does is another question, one that I'll come back to once we see how to train the network. But this is a hope that we might have, a sort of goal with the layered structure like this. Moreover, you can imagine how being able to detect edges and patterns like this would be really useful for other image recognition tasks. And even beyond image recognition, there are all sorts of intelligent things you might want to do that break down into layers of abstraction. Parsing speech, for example, involves taking raw audio and picking out distinct sounds, which combine to make certain syllables, which combine to form words, which combine to make up phrases and more abstract thoughts, etc.
Recognition.
Actually works. Picture yourself right now designing.
There's also pitch. With audio, I notice AI fucking struggles with pitch, bro. That's the biggest limitation it's got. Is pitch. It has the whole like like that shit can talk. It's got that down. But what it has trouble with is cadence and like controlling. So it's not just pitch, because like, you know, it does have pitch, but it's also cadence. There's also like how singers, right? Like when an artist sings or raps or whatever, there's cadence to it, and it's recognizable across all sorts of things. Like you can change up the words entirely, but the cadence, if you keep it the same, it'll sound similar, and you can. That's something that AI, I think, still hasn't really figured out. But I don't see why it couldn't. I mean, you just have to program it to be looking for cadence.
Foes landed near me. Menace.
Maybe it's just like a limitation on like the knowledge that the people that make this stuff have. Like, they're not exactly musicians, right? So they're just like, why would they know about stuff like that?
1 minute until the nearby ring closes. I have materials.
Cadence is something Rip.
Damage over here. Practice subject.
It's like not strictly musical, but it's something that that I guess you learn in like music theory.
I have shattered the subjects. Watch out, brothers. We get another squad. I'm taking a shot. I'm out of light ammo. Practice subject.
There's a new care package incoming. Does your generation requires level of resistance?
We are down one. What a waste.
The champions lost their title and their life. Pity. Another squad strikes. Act swiftly. Replenishing my shields.
I have the batter. Respawning is imminent.
Well, I can't see shit. Not even gonna pretend like I can.
Some extra supplies here. Excellent.
Excellent. Could not have asked for a better outcome. Getting shot at. Deploying variable.
Completely ditched my ass.
Reloading.
I'm out of ammo.
I'm throwing an arc star.
Independent variable added. Taking fire. I have shattered a subject's shield. Reloading. Subject down. Deployed. Reloading.
I'm out of energy. I'm down.
My vision.
Damn it. I need assistance.
Shot at. Firing on subjects. Recharging shields. Taking fire. Shields are recharging. Another variable for the lab rats. Recharging shields.
Aw, what? He still got me. Anyways, I was talking about like AI voices still haven't figured out the cadence thing. Well, since it needs to be broken down into different like small parts, I would think each word,
Incoming replicator. What a marvelous
or not
science.
not each word, but like, you know, you can get a data set of like one word being said in a bunch of different ways. So like probably I would say words that people say a lot, or even phrases, and that people say a lot and they say them differently each time. So whether it's like they say it with different intention, or like just to emphasize something, and like give it more emotion, things like that. I think that could be a way. You wouldn't have to do it with every single word, just keywords really. And because the AI needs to learn that a word, any given word,
Those grounds.
can be said with different emphasis, or yeah, with different emphasis, and it'll have different meaning, and what that emphasis is, because it needs there just needs to be meaning behind what those emphasized words are. Like stop, for example. Stop means stop, right? Like no means no, but then there's like that nuance that, like, maybe it's a like a playful stop, like stop bro, like that's sort of playful. Like you don't literally mean stop, you're just kind of saying like stop, that shit's outrageous type shit, like that shit's out of pocket.
Do you really think a flesh wound here could?
So those are the type of things that AI needs to learn, that that a word can mean different things depending on how it's said and in the context of the sentence.
Gas trap deployed.
And that's essentially the cadence that I'm talking about.
Healing my wounds. Healing up. Give me a sec.
There's just that nuance behind speech that needs to be taught, but it can be broken down into an algorithm. I think it's not anything special that humans have. It's just sort of like the way that we humans have developed to be understood better,
Evo shield. Backpack here. Level 2.
and across different multiple languages. Because even like let's see, so like I don't know. What's another example?
Back here. Level 2.
There's an extended noted an evac tower here.
But I'm pretty sure there's other examples of
Inside the ring.
how it can be implemented.
Continuing either.
Half the squad still draw their miserable breaths. Some extra supplies here. Excellent.
And he got us to a really good spot.
Hey, brothers. Replicator. Incoming.
I'm knackered. Need a moment to heal.
Using a Phoenix kit.
A whole Phoenix kit, dude? Holy shit.
I've located
That will do nicely. Evo shield here. Level 3.
Oh, we got lucky here. Full level 3s.
Spotted one. Distant. Ring is in close proximity. 1 more minute. Trap set. And waiting. Enemy spotted.
There's an open supply bin over there. Ring's near and we've got... Forget that. Senior moment. Evo shield here. Level 3.
Is I gonna get that? Damn, dude.
Not far from the ring. Another variable for the lab rats. Taking fire. I have shattered a subject's shield. Whole squad wiped. One less variable to consider. Using a Phoenix kit.
Eliminated.
10 seconds remain. Firing. I have shattered a subject's shield up. Hostile right here.
Warning. Close.
Ring's moving.
Care package being delivered.
Introducing a new variable. Care package. Coming in.
Where'd they go? Going back around?
Enter the vehicle. My victory will not be stolen by your ineptitude. Exiting the Trident here. Gas trap deployed. Beware. I've added a variable.
Countdown.
I'm deploying a
Damage. No respect.
Could use some...
Where? That is such a weird place.
Getting shot.
Recharging my shield.
Shields are recharged.
Grenade.
I still see it. Variable added. My vision is clear. I still see everything. I still see everything. Spotted one. Subject spotted. Showing some cover for my brothers. Subject damaged.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
New recharging shields.
Additional foes assail us.
Oh man.
Replenishing my shield. Hooligan. Reloading.
The second squad is firing at us. Firing. Recharging shields. Taking fire, brothers. Throwing Arcstar. Placing gas trap. Not yet. Taking fire. Recharging shields. Enemy touchdown near me.
enemy shields. Fire on our foes.
Gotta heal. Taking a knee. 1 minute until the nearby ring closes. Reloading.
That's your shield.
Not too far, but we should.
Enemy shield. Grenade here. Reloading. Replenishing my shields. Healing.
Watch out. I'm opening the skies.
Smart bullets away. The game's afoot.
Practice. Incoming grenade.
The positioning is only half the battle.
My vision is clear. Enemy spotted.
Being shot at.
A second squad is firing at us. Introducing a new variable. Firing. Spotted a subject. Tossing thermite. Shield. I'm out of line ammo. My vision is clear. Take the damage. Reloading. Gas trap deployed. Last one down. They jump. Travis. Travis. Ring's not far. Getting shot at. Give me my shield to recharge. Reloading. Recharging shields. Bring out.
Recharging my shields.
Enemy shield. Practice. Kill the subject. Reload. What?
Foe shield. That
Shield. Gas trap. Trap set. And waiting. Target getting shot at. Right. Put it down, me. Subject down. I still see you. Target spotted.
bollocks, the final ring's moving.
Spotted one.
Perhaps we should too.
Okay.
Rage with me.
Taking damage over here. Enemy shield cracked. Down one. Another down. Reloading.
Firing on our foes.
Hell yeah, dude. Gotta win.
You are the Apex Champions.
It's a motherfucking vibe, bro, you know? Yeah, no? Hell yeah, dude. Sweet. Sweetness, bro. Only 25 minutes and I gotta win. We're done here. Easy stream.